It was going to happen sometime.
It was. This is the metagame minute. I'm going to go in current reverse horn order, starting with Dash, since we ended the episode with Dash. If y'all remember, Rogue Wizard came out and or something, some Rogue AI. Anyway, so it looks like it might just be Riff and Wolf duking it out with some Rogue Wizard construct apparition thing.
Yeah, it looks like an automated defense system for the tower, like the tower's living, and it has some kind of like. I don't know why it responded to this. Maybe it's because Riff and I are probably in like a very sacred place. I'm assuming of the tower that the tower was just like, wait, okay, what? Who's there? And then just see us, and we're just like, ah.
Pretty
and
sweet
it's
pool.
me and Riff, which are like the least diplomatic people you could have dealing with the automated defense system.
I was like, thinking that the whole time. I was like, oh no.
We shouldn't have left them alone.
I know, you guys left us alone last time. You were like, we're gonna read books, and so Riff and I, we're the action people.
You did science.
Yeah, we did science.
We did science.
Well,
and we both have really like the same intellect. Honestly, I have like that of a child.
How's
Riff is a child.
How's science going to get you out of this one?
Well, now we're going to use some old-fashioned science. Now we're going to use some. We're going to use physics.
So is that a scrying pool that you found?
Mass times speed times 2 or
equals
by 2.
You don't have a head. There you go. Yeah,
that's acceleration squared or something. Yeah, there it is. Nailed it. Genius.
Good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that pool. This might be like possibly the source of like.
All magic.
It seems like we were able to kind of piece together that from this tower they were able to kind of view, like almost like being omniscient. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah. So they're able to like view all the USMA troop movements and record them, and I think this pool has a lot to do with that.
That probably means that they saw other things too.
It's like the tactical like tower that they gathered all the information and
it's amazing that
their ideas.
USMA won, considering that they had this advantage.
Right.
You know.
Well, that's the thing, though.
Well, but yeah, the things were destroyed about the time the war ended. It looked like so
somebody got inside. And
the destruction of this could have
totally metagame minning it. I totally think it's just like a long game by the mages or something.
Same.
And
yeah, I think it is too.
All their troops are going to be like in the wastes, like exploring all this stuff, and then the mages are going to come back, and they're all just going to be dead. There's not going to be any soldiers for USMA anymore. All their high-level adventurers are taking contracts out here, killed by rogue AIs.
Yeah, I think Wolf is probably going to be a little more wary now because like he sees that like, oh, they could see all of our movements and yet we won. That doesn't make any sense,
right?
Like, so I think Wolf's probably putting it together a little bit. That like, something's up, girlfriend. Something's up.
So Riff, you're able to figure out kind of a key piece of the puzzle on the other floor, and well, here as well. But it's kind of funny thinking about how different characters think about things differently, because I feel I normally would have come to the same conclusion you would have, but I'm thinking of like, how do I do this as Arthur? And sneaking and stealth like never crossed my mind once for some reason. And so you're just like cast pass without a trace. I was like, well, that's not going to work. What a fool. And it was one of the keys to the puzzle. So what's Riff? Where's Riff at with all this and with the rogue AI thing?
Well, it seemed to me that it really only worked for me, and maybe it was just that the rolls were high because, like, I mean, I did it, but like, maybe it's just because my rolls worked out well that it worked for me, and obviously we can ask Alex that later. But like, I was hoping it would work, but then again, it just seemed like, well, if they can't see us, they can't, like, because to me I was viewing it almost as like one of those like motion sensors for like driveway lights or something like that, like the dragons were that kind of thing maybe or something. But I don't know, I was like, I don't, again, Riff being Riff and then also me being me, because I want to just see like what's next. I was just like, screw this, I'm not going to sit around and like talk, I'm just going to do it. just action. Let's go. Let's move this story forward. Like,
but the books caught some of your attention once we got up here. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Like I mean, I do find all of that again. Like Riff is a researcher, and so I found it interesting. She's definitely, if she put that one book in her bag, because like if she can like help decipher it later, maybe that's like a bargaining chip for later on. It's like, well, we've got this thing where they were, that's a good piece of information, and then possibly a bargaining chip later on. I found it, very interesting. The pool. I mean, I didn't participate in it like Mr. Wolf did, but like I do find like if you could, I think that's kind of like the scrying stone remote control maybe or something like that. Like they've got like maybe different stones throughout this entire fucking thing that kind of like amplifies it, in the tower or something. I don't know, but this AI thing. I couldn't tell, Alex, was it like in the middle, like where we could go right and left into those two rooms that they were bickering about, or is it in the middle of the room where Mr. Wolf and I are?
It's kind of where you first entered, where the crystals and the bookcases are.
And that weird sort of, it looks like that weird sort of piece of glass is like back up or whatever, like the sort of misty glass.
Yeah. It's you two in that chamber,
the
crystal glass, and then the chamber that has this mage in it.
It's a very coy looking mage.
He's wearing my robes.
So like Riff kind of like thinks maybe the glass will protect him at the moment or something. I don't know. Like,
oh, that'd be cool.
Like, because
it's like Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul, just like waiting on the other side.
Yeah, and then you guys are like locked in there, like the door seems to have disappeared, and you guys are like stuck in like a Goonies Scooby Doo passage or something. And But I'm excited.
Here it's our time.
I just wanted to like kind of keep going, because we had the battle and that was fine or whatever. But I just want to unlock the secrets of everything, and Riff is like starting to feel like, not a leader or whatever, but like definitely wants to like figure the mystery out for sure. And Mr. Wolf always seems to be game. Like she kind of feels like it's kind of like where they since we're doing Goonies, they trick Chunk into like knocking the stuff over or whatever. Like they get them all riled up. So I like Mr. Wolf to her is like, I bet you I could put it in a way that Mr. Wolf would be like, well, yeah, we'll go punch stuff or whatever. Like that's like her buddy that like for action or whatever.
I like that. Mr. Telbrun, Scory, Caleb.
No, it's you.
I don't know what to say. Does anybody have questions for me?
So, I do. How disappointed were you that my room
his
was better than your room?
My room had a journal with a lock on it.
Yeah, I'm really curious on that.
Had a bunch of broken stuff.
I also had shit that could extend life and take over bodies.
Yeah, but you don't know that. Only
Alex, how much do those cost? Alex, how much do those cost?
Yeah, I definitely shared it.
I mean, it's got to be black market, but quite a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just getting destroyed.
This is a wizard meth house.
Not going anywhere. I might take the one, but the other ones, I'm fine with them being destroyed.
We definitely should all take one. I think there's one for each of us.
I don't think that's what the DM said.
No, they're all broken and not working by the work of some.
You said one was good.
One is good, but
there's
there's not one for each of you. There's one.
I wonder if they're broken because the AI, like when like the other soldiers came up here, and then like the AI just like beat the crap out of them and it ended up breaking the stuff like in the last battle it had or whatever. Although there's not any bodies up here, so I guess not. Maybe.
I think I'm going to use it to get a new character with better stats, and then I can be Arthur inside like a really buff guy.
Do you have it, or does Ball have it?
Of course, I have it.
That was really sly. I don't know. I kind of like that.
I think he has it now.
Roll charisma or whatever, deception.
Make me. So there's Arthur. Yeah, my room's better, and it's just so funny how much Scory thinks otherwise. Like clearly, he's so obsessed with money.
He's his whole life he's been told it's not the size that matters.
Oh my god!
It's the way you use it.
It's not which room has the most stuff. It's which room has the best stuff.
He has a sneaking suspicion that that's true, that it does matter,
man.
but he tells himself that it doesn't. And this in no way reflects my real personality in any way at all.
Caleb, do you have anything else you want to share before we move on? I mean, I guess that was technically my time, but
yeah. I honestly, I'm glad you didn't explain anything about where we are, and we left it where we did.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But I'm wondering how screwed some of us are. I like that Chain's kind of left floating around.
Chain's gone.
Yeah, I left Chain in the room there.
This will be Chain's chance to use that ooze against that guy and take over that. So now you can have a Chain can be inside that wizard AI guy's body.
Yeah.
So
Chain normally flows pretty close, but if Alex wants Chain to be in there, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. It was, it was quickly going into the chamber and everyone kind of piling in and the door getting, brought back, and Chain just kind of hit it and it was confused.
Yeah. I'm curious about the connection, like if there is any connection to the scrying orb and the scrying pool, like if it's part of a security system where people can monitor what's going on.
I feel like it has something to do with the plate.
Right.
I don't know.
The connection with the plate and the water.
That is cool, by the way.
That is really cool.
Did you take the plate?
100%.
Okay, that's
I took
awesome.
the journal that's locked too.
Good. Okay,
with my freaking 29 and 30 Arcana roll.
100%.
And
I was rolling.
I definitely have the jar with the device and the green slime.
You could have the weird illegal device.
Are you sure you want to give that to him? Because
he's going to take over Chain.
No. Take over someone practical. Like Adrian.
Hey.
Strix. How about Strix?
That'd be amazing.
So, Ball, though, I know you're just talking about some of this, but, you're kind of the key to a lot of this stuff, rolling high all night.
I got those investigation rolls, man, and those Arcana rolls. I'm just...
in.
And you had your lockpick roll that was really good. And
Yeah.
All of those rolls have been like high 20s. It's been absolutely nuts. That's the way I built Paul. I built him to just be like a really good like utility character that can help the group, and he is accomplishing that. And he does ridiculous amounts of damage when he punches things. So
yeah, I know you fought a treant earlier with your fists.
Did like 28 damage or something like that.
You went all like Megazord.
But just rolling really well and finding interesting stuff. I love this plate, this disc, the topographic disc. That's really cool.
I was kind of interested to see. In my mind, I was like, "Oh, Ball has this. He's going to see how to like replicate it, and like maybe we could make a whole bunch of
definitely good."
That'd be cool.
Well,
that's why I took out my tinkering tools. I wanted to figure out what it was.
Is it only tied to the tower, or could we view other?
I feel like if we took it to another place, it would show us. It would do a radius.
It took like dust in from around the area, so maybe it's like, ooh, local dust, local map.
I don't know. I'm curious. I still want that scrying orb from below.
Yeah.
And the three of us didn't even go and adventure and look at that other room with the pool. We were like, oh, here's books. Oh, here's rooms. Oh, here's all of this gold, essentially gold.
It makes it so interesting, like what's going to happen next.
Well, that's kind of the whole point of the contracts, right? Is that we can come away with a lot of items and money and fame and stuff. So that's like, this is kind of coming together.
And all we had to do is risk 2 of our party members.
Yeah, and it was a worthy sacrifice. Honestly, if they die, the share gets bigger for the rest of us.
That's the way Arthur thinks. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
He's definitely willing to sacrifice a kid so he can get rich.
Wasn't my kid.
All right, Alex.
I barely know her.
Alex, anything to...
I have a question for Alex about that room. Is it what I was theorizing because I'm the one that cast the spell that it really only affected me, or was I just rolling really well? The fire statue thing.
The fire statue. Oh yeah, I mean, with that, they just whoever walked in front of it first, it was going to have the fire spell hit. I thought that was a pretty neat idea, trying to just like stealth through it. I'm like, well, they're magic. They can probably see what you guys are doing, but if you're pretty stealthy, so I set the DC pretty high, and you were able to sneak past the 2 of them.
Oh, I found that really interesting. Like Arthur recommended just putting Chain out in front And it was like, I was like, oh hell no.
Well, we can fix them afterwards.
I'm gonna go before
I've fixed
Chain.
him I've fixed him dozens of times at this point, and I'm just like, just walk his ass out there and I'll fix him. When we're done.
and like mechanically, that 100% makes the most sense. Like you just send the fodder out there and you can fix them later. But in the moment, it was like, no, hell no.
Yeah, not my
take
buddy.
Damage over Chain if there's an option.
Yeah,
What did you guys find on the body as we were going through? I know there was paperwork.
yeah, it was about
Yeah, another contract.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like their marching orders to come out here or whatever.
and die.
So I have a question for the DM then on that guy. Was there any circlet pieces or anything with that guy that we missed?
No, I would have said yeah.
Okay.
On that.
All right, here's something for the DM.
Hit
What
me.
is this creature's stat block in the middle here, and how do we beat it?
I mean, I'm looking at it right here. If you could see what I was seeing, you would know everything.
You'd
Hey,
be amazed.
You've got the capability to share your screen.
I don't know how this.
God, there's so
Zoom
many
works.
buttons. There's so
I
many
guess we're gonna
buttons.
have to break into your house while you're at work just so we
That's right.
for this imaginary game.
That's right.
Commit some crimes.
Oh, I am absolutely excited for this. The party
Yeah, I
is
still
split
got
up.
keys. So
There are walls between the enemies. This little,
I'm
summon
right where
the
I wanna
wizard.
be.
Did
This
we?
is like Indiana Jones.
and like this
Perfect.
entire time, I was trying to like keep the party together, and then at the very last moment, the party split. It was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
This
Well,
entire time, I've been trying to break us apart.
I didn't think that anybody would follow me, to be honest. I was just like, oh, sweet, a room. Like, just all the dealings with genies and stuff in his life.
yeah.
He's like, all right, secret room.
we were all just standing around there together, and all of a sudden, you dart off into a room. It's like, well, I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah,
I like how
I did go to like the ends of the earth to bring you back, so
That's true. Yeah.
I'm not just gonna lose you in a random room.
I just die. You're like, well, that was worthless.
I like the time constraint on those things. The
That was
crystals, having come back like twice now. His is like, oh, we just got to go. And
I like
then
that.
The consequences happen, and that's super fun.
The sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, hopefully you have a sense of urgency to get onto iTunes or wherever you get your podcast and leave this bitch a like and a review. And
Leave this bitch a like.
And please use those words in your review.
Yeah, mumble that to yourself.
5 stars for this bitch.
I want to know how many D&D podcasts out there actually do their own like version of the Metagame Minute or Talking Dead or whatever. Like,
It's
Probably
common.
no one.
Is it?
oh,
The two big ones, Critical Role and the Adventure Zone, both specifically have separate shows where they talk about the game.
damn it.
I think that is very much a D&D centric idea because we love to talk about the
Yeah,
stuff that
That's
happens.
true. Yeah.
How much fun is it to talk about a campaign that you've been in? It
All
is.
right.
It is
Yeah.
the peak of D&D.
Well, it's like you
Fuck the
you
McElroys.
you enjoy. creating some
Here we
enemies,
go,
some
let's
big
do
ones.
Items.
But I
They're in
agree.
a
Like,
turf war.
I agree though, because you get to enjoy playing the game,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you still want to geek out on all the
Yeah.
details and
Dude,
stuff.
I
and
still
enjoy
talk
it from the
about
outside.
I still talk about riding a dragon in a burning tree, like and
Yeah.
falling from hundreds of feet, knocking a brute strike, doing 60 damage on a dragon. Like, yeah, this shit it stays with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, take that sense of urgency and get on back
Leave
here on
this bitch.
Monday. And yeah, leave a like and review for this bitch. And we'll see you for the regular show for the conclusion of this thrilling episode and more. Chaotic amateurs, grab your sword and keep on adventuring.
Fucking right.